Hello crafty friends, welcome back to the channel. I'm Adrienne, better known online as Alice Scraps Wonderland. Today we are going to be creating this altered textured and layered embroidery hoop using the new Frank Garcia Buttons and Keepsakes collection. This Prima paper collection has coordinating metal dies, embossing folders, and press and foil plates through Spellbinders, and you'll see just how easy it is to incorporate those elements in with all of the pretty Prima papers, ephemera, and flowers. I'll have all of the supplies listed for you in the description box below, but before we get started, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to get more amazing inspiration and tutorials. Now, let's get right into this tutorial. We are going to start with the elements we need to create before we can alter the embroidery hoop with texture paste. I'm using a 10-inch embroidery hoop for this project. Start out by tracing the hoop onto one of the pattern papers from the 12x12 Buttons and Keepsakes paper pad. Then cut the trace circle out with a pair of scissors. You'll also want to trace the hoop out onto some thick cardstock and cut that out as well. Then glue it to the back of the pattern background paper to protect the paper from damage. Set this aside. Next, we need to create an embossed cardstock panel for the bottom of the hoop, and we'll be using the Haberdashery Buttons 3D embossing folder from the collection. I'm using Spellbinders cardstock for this. To do this, take a sheet of white cardstock trimmed to 8.5 by 5.5 inches and mist it with a bit of water from a spray bottle. This is an important step to keep your cardstock from tearing. Place it in the embossing folder and use the proper sandwich for this folder. For the Spellbinders Platinum Machine and Universal Plate System, this is the Platform Base A, the embossing folder, and adapter plate D. Run this through your die cut machine, making sure the edge of the embossing folder and the edge of the top plate are offset enough to load it into your die cut machine easier. After embossing your cardstock, tear it along one of the long edges. Flip it to the back side, place the hoop over it, and trace the inside of the hoop onto the embossed cardstock. Cut this out and then distress the curved edge of the embossed cardstock. You can set this aside for now. Let's move on to the texture paste. Today I'm using Finn's paper texture paste to add stenciled texture to the background pattern paper and to the hoop. You can use any Ephemera stencil you love and apply a bit of the paste with the silicone brush or palette knife on the left and right sides of the background paper. Then apply the paper texture paste to the embroidery hoop. While the texture paste dries, let's move on to die cutting the Couture Dressform etched metal die. I'm going to turn this into a layered embellishment. Again, I'm using Spellbinders cardstock for this, and first die cut the Dressform base from their rose gold treasured cardstock set. I'm specifically using the matte version of this cardstock. You'll also want to cut the little die that has the top layer to the neck of the Dressform from the rose gold cardstock. I'm using the standard sandwich for die cutting with the Spellbinders Platinum Machine, which is the Platform Base A, Shim B, and 2 of the cutting plates C. Then die cut the same base layer 3 more times from white cardstock. For the dress, I'm using Spellbinders chiffon cardstock. Die cut this 4 times. For some of the ruffles at the arms, I'm die cutting from their blush cardstock. You can see I die cut some of the other pieces in this blush. I played around with the colors a bit before deciding later what I wanted. Then for the ribbon at the waist and the other ruffle layer, I used Spellbinders Seaside cardstock. Collect all your die cuts into a little tray or bowl and set these aside. We'll glue them together in a little bit. Before we put away the die cut machine, let's hot foil with the Heirloom Words press and foil plate. You can also letter press with this plate, but I want more metallic touches, so I'm using my Glimmer system to hot foil this plate. I'm foiling onto a piece of Spellbinders white cardstock, and it's important to cut your cardstock and foil down to fit the plate. This will help cut back on overfoiling. While you are doing this, plug in your Glimmer platform and turn it on to start heating it up. You'll know when it's ready when the second light turns green. While we wait for it to heat up, let's prep our foil sandwich. Brush some embossing anti-static powder onto your cardstock to help cut back on overfoiling even more. Place your foil on top of your cardstock shiny side up. Then place the press and foil plate on top so the design is facing toward the foil. I like to use a bit of Spellbinders craft tape to help hold the plate in place on the foil sheet. Then pick this up and place this onto the gridded area of your Glimmer platform so the flat side of the press and foil plate is against the Glimmer platform. Make sure you are careful as this area gets hot when heating up. I like to place designs with really straight edges like sentiments at an angle so it loads into the die cut machine easier. Then add the Glimmer shim and spacer pad on top. Don't worry, your Glimmer machine won't overheat any of these. Once the green ready light is on, press the timer button. This makes sure that you have your plate heating up for long enough that it will actually transfer the foil design to your cardstock. The timer light blinks and then turns solid when it's heated up long enough. You have to move fast once you pull the Glimmer platform out of the heating element base, so get your die cut machine ready. Once the blinking light becomes solid, pull the Glimmer platform out of the heating base, being careful not to touch the areas that get hot. Transfer this platform over to your die cut machine and slowly roll it through. I'll show you this in real time so you can see how slow you need to go. The reason you don't want to roll this through as fast as you do metal dies is because there won't be pressure for long enough on the press and foil plate to transfer the design. I personally like to do one slow roll through and then roll it back through a little bit faster. I've been getting consistently good results with this method, but of course it also depends on how much pressure your own die cut machine has. Once you've rolled the platform through, replace it back into the heating element base. This will get your Glimmer heating up again, just in case you need to foil again or want to foil more. Carefully remove the spacer pad and shim and pick up the press plate sandwich with your magnetic tool and place it onto your cooling mat. Don't touch your plate as it stays hot for about a minute before you can touch it. Be careful when lifting up your cardstock. And there you have a shiny set of sentiments to choose from. This press and foil plate comes with a coordinating die so you can cut these sentiments out. If you are using low-tack craft tape to hold the metal die in place, make sure to not place any of the tape over the open areas or it could lift your foil when pressure is applied in your die cut machine. Roll this through your machine with the standard die cutting sandwich and then set all of your sentiments aside. We'll use one for this project, and then you'll have plenty of sentiments left over for cards, tags, and other mixed media projects. Now that the paste on your hoop is dry, let's add a wash of color to it. I'm using the shade Morning Mist from the Homegrown Color Chronicles matte acrylic paint set. This blue is a great match to the blue in the Buttons and Keepsakes collection. Squeeze a bit out onto your work surface and wet it with a spray or two of water. Paint this onto your hoop, spritzing your hoop with more water as needed to get the paint to flow. While the paint dries, we can glue our die cut layers together. Start by snipping the legs off of one of the white Dressform base layers and gluing that on top of the rose gold layer. I like to place an acrylic stamp block on top of the glued layers to adhere them together really well. Then glue 3 of the dress layers together, only placing glue on the bodice of the dress. and then add the rose gold top to the neck of the dress form. Before moving further, I want to add tulle to the back of the dress. I'm using some of the netting part from what is left of my postcards from Paradise lace. You just need a small piece of tulle for this, so cut a piece out that is about 1 inch by 4 inches. Add a small dot of hot glue to the back of the dress and press one end of the tulle into it so that there is a small bit that hangs below the bottom of the die cut dress. Use a finger caught if your fingers are sensitive to hot glue. Keep adding dots of hot glue and pressing the tulle into it to create little pleats to ruffle your tulle, then trim off any excess tulle. Gently bend the dress skirt layers for more dimension and then add it to your dress form with liquid glue. Glue the ruffles on at the arms of the dress and then add the final dress layer on top and gently bend it for dimension. Add the bow around the waist of the dress, again only adding glue at the top center of the bow to allow for more dimension. Then glue the other 2 white layers of the dress form together. Then glue these to the back of the assembled dress form for more stability. The other bit of prep work before assembling the embellishments on the hoop is painting some of the molds from the buttons and keepsakes mold. I've done this off camera for time's sake, but I did use the Art Philosophy Watercolor Confections Vintage Pastel Palette to paint these. Now let's get to assembling this project together. Start by adding some heavy body gel to the back of the embroidery hoop. I left a few open spots to add hot glue, but you can skip the hot glue here if you want. Line the hoop up with your background paper and press them together. Then add the embossed cardstock to the bottom of the hoop using 3mm thick foam adhesive. Keep the foam away from the torn edge so you can layer ephemera under later. I'm using 2 of the ephemera packs from this collection as well as 5 of the flower packs. To hide the silver knob at the top, add several layers of foam adhesive using hot glue to the tightening knob. Then add one of the large clip ephemera pieces to the top of your hoop. Layer the clip mold on top of the ephemera using hot glue or Finn's heavy body gel. I've chosen this sweet little doll and bear ephemera and dry fit them to the project. I often like to lay things out before committing with glue. I tear the greens off the backs of my flowers for this project and then glue down one of the pink roses. I add foam adhesive to the doll and adhere it to the project. I have some distressed silk ribbon that I want to add under this rosette flower. Tie it into a large bow and then hot glue it just to the inside of the rim of the hoop. Then add the rosette flower on top. Add foam adhesive to the bear dolly and adhere her in place. Add one of the soft fabric flowers under her feet, then hot glue a swan ephemera on top of the rosette and fabric flower. Add another pink rose on top of the swan. Add a piece of the flower ephemera, tucking it slightly under the embossed cardstock. Then start working on the cluster of embellishments on the right side of the hoop. I start by dry fitting some of the main elements, then add a bit more foam adhesive under the embossed cardstock where it droops a bit. Add the die-cut dress form with foam adhesive, then add some ephemera, flowers, and the sewing machine mold along the edge of the hoop. Take 3 of the stemmed flowers and twist them together and snip off the excess stem. Glue them under the rose on the left side of the hoop next to the doll. Then sprinkle some button ephemera and button molds around your embellishment clusters. Here you can see I'm also playing with the placement of the sentiment I want to use, but I glue this on later. I do add a little thimble ephemera piece though. Before adding the sentiment, I add a few of these smaller flowers to the embellishment clusters. And I think these My Sweet Metal embellishment scissors match really well with this collection, so let's add one. I'm going to attach it by sewing it onto the rosette flower with some light pink thread. Then add some nests of thread to each embellishment cluster. I use liquid glue to adhere these threads in place where they tuck under a flower. To highlight the texture on the hoop and create a more shabby chic look, dry brush the hoop and embellishments with some of Finn's heavy white gesso. Adhere your sentiment to the top right of the hoop with foam adhesive, then add a few memory hardware pearls to your project with liquid glue. I ended up changing my mind on this one pearl and added a fancy button to the rosette instead. And that's it. This embroidery hoop is full of layers, texture, and shabby chic elements reminiscent of a vintage sewing room. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial using Prima and Frank's Buttons and Keepsakes collection, along with a coordinating metal die, embossing folder, and press and foil plate from Spellbinders. Let us know what your favorite element is from this new collection in the comments. And until next time, happy crafting!